Relax, Sovereign One. You have reached the place of understanding. But this place comes from a place where there was a lot of chaos. And your masculine energy is also catching up with the disorder that comes with life physically. Your memories of what happened to you are also coming back up when you try to relate with the physical world. But God has said it's time to get out of your isolation. The feminine part of you is now overly, the cup is full, like you've generated enough energetic currency. And because of this, you are reaching a place where it's time to connect with people. It's time to meet up with them. It's time to dive deeper into things, especially diving deeper in the essence of building things, preparing for things. The real masculine prepares, Leparalak. That's why sometimes people in life are patient. The patience comes from preparation, Lepara, and the preparation is an order from the masculine part of you. If you do not believe in the things you are asking God for, you will not prepare. Therefore, you will live a life where things will feel like they are passing by simply because you are waiting for something that has no landing place. It will crack the moment it gets there. Your hands are not that big and comfortable, Leparalak. You need to build a system that can accept what you're looking for in life. You like that person, don't you? They do turn you on. Mentally, your body understands them. Physically, you feel aligned. You don't feel too excited, neither do you feel too withdrawn. You feel balanced when you're with them. Will you listen to that and prepare to keep that feeling? This is how it happens when you meet somebody, Leparala. This is how it happens when you come across a hobby. You will be triggered to prepare for it. Once you develop an interest that, hey man, I love playing video games. I really do. In school, on my end, we were developing them as friends. We would create horror games in school. We were developing games for PS2, PS1, not PS1, PS2 and PS3 on campus. So it was fun for me and my friends to play around, but we never commercialized it. The market for gaming in South Africa is very minimal. So I guess we were stuck chasing, what was I doing on my side? I did multimedia sound design, graphic design. I did a lot of things about creativity, Leparalak. So there was no time when any of us were developing 3D games. But in class, we are making them. We are making village games. We have like 3D chosen ones, third person character. And only 2 universities in South Africa were offering that. So I was at one of them. But even with that said, there was still this thing of I had to prepare for those things. Because before you go to college, university, or any extra higher learning, what happens is you gotta prepare for those things. Your masculinity wants to know, what is the dream? The dream is I want to be a surgical doctor, a virologist, a gynecologist, however you go in it, right? And then what you see there, the masculine will say, the vision is acceptable because we saw it with the feminine. The feminine confirms. You, the masculine physically, your solar plexus, you must build it, Lepar. You must build the chosen ones. How do you prepare to go to a work environment, your college, how do you prepare to have a hobby and keep it? Like the way I said, gaming for you. How do you keep whatever hobby you have, whatever thing you want to maintain in your life? It requires a place to keep the bar. Because if you cannot maintain what you're looking for, you cannot keep it. Even if it arrives, it'll just pass by. There's no administration for it. You cannot administer its arrival, neither process it properly. It'll just come and go. Even in your relationships, Lepar. Yes, I did say you like that person. But relax. You like them. Now check yourself. Is the liking necessary to stop your dreams? Is it empowering your dreams? Is it supporting them? Or is it lust driven? Sometimes you like somebody for the moment. You just want to thrust away and get things done and go on about your day. Sometimes it happens like this. That's understandable, right? But what do you have that can keep what you're interested in? That's truly the main question. Any empire functions like this. If you cannot build to maintain, you're building to destroy, obviously. It's not going to last. That's why having flings with somebody proves itself. That's why getting temporary jobs proves itself. That's why getting anything that has no form of sustenance or maintenance is not going to stay in your life. It's going to leave. And somehow that's how the system is. So relax. I do repeat, relax. Because whatever you're looking for is waiting on you too. The masculine has received the order. That's why you feel like you're looking. It's time to build it now. It's time to write it down. It's time to journal it out. It's time to get your whiteboard and just squiggle away as it squeaks there, like a little mouse trapped somewhere running away from its predator, the cat in the house. You hear those squeaks there on that whiteboard. Those squeaks represent your idealism in life, because you're preparing for the masculine. So these changes that are going to be happening, you won't be that frantic simply because your foundation is strong. You know what you're looking for. You know what kind of husband or wife you choose, what kind of workplace you would go to if you choose that route, what kind of relationships you vibe with in life, places, situations. Those things, you only because you were able to connect deeply and prepare to keep those things, Lebar. You have prepared to keep those things. Yeah? So your journey in life right now, whatever's happening to you currently and you feel like it's unjust, understand that you prepared to keep the unjustness of it, because your observation is coming from that place. You kept it long enough to say it's unjust, meaning you maintaining the unjustness. That's why you can observe the unjustness. But if you never maintain the unjustness, it will pass by easily, wouldn't it? You see how deep it goes now. You can also look at other parts of your emotional psychology. Yes, the emotional psychology is a system. When somebody triggers you, what is your system inside to deal with the trigger, Lebar? Some people scream immediately. Some people throw a fist, a slap immediately. Some people walk away. Some people look intently to determine if there's any relevance here. Some people, you have a system for the way you behave with nature simulations, Lebar. That system is what I'm talking about. That is the masculine side. That is the maintainable side about your life. You want that relationship, that job, that money. What are the habits or the maintenance plan or systems or the foundations that you have to keep it when it comes? Yeah? Because even though I studied gaming, right? It was fun, right? I was even on a panel judging other people developing games. You see, people admire my knowledge, to be honest. I should consider the way God uses me in people's lives. I often overlook such things. And I overlook them because there is no foundation for me to remember them on a consistent basis. So you see how it affects me. Check yourself too, Lepanalak. Because even though I did gaming, I didn't create a career out of it to maintain the gaming knowledge. You understand? Sound design, graphic design, presentation design, music writing, lyrics. These are the things I've maintained personally. You understand? Simply because there's a maintenance system that I use to keep my skills to myself, my knowledge to myself, my archetypes to myself. There are systems. So this advice also, I agree with it. Thank you, Spirit. I agree with it, Leparalak. Whatever you're wishing for in life, whatever you want, trust me, if you do not have a maintenance plan before it arrives, it will come and go, Lepar. You're going to cheat on that person quickly. And then they become, a president 3 weeks later after they break up with you. But they are single as they're doing those things. You could have been there to help out. Maybe your life could have changed also. Your ideas could have helped her at night blaming and blaming. Like there were ways, Lepara, that you could have just prepared to keep what you're asking for, because Source is listening. You say you want the relationship. Can you have proper communication with your partner? It doesn't matter if it's a voice note or text. Are they there in between your spaces, Lepara? They are important. They are part of the legacy building routine you have, right? So obviously communication must be the first thing. But if there is no communication, they can't be a legacy builder for long. They will eventually leave, or you will leave. Something will happen, 9/11 on the video's time, to separate you guys. You understand? So, sovereign one, be a masculine. The feminine part of you has spoken, has showed you what's about to come, what's about to happen. You as the masculine must prepare for the coming. You must prepare for the becoming, the Paralag. Until then, keep practicing, chosen ones. I believe in you, the Paralag. Loyal.